WPT's HBCU Week starting soon. We are joined by Dr. Heidi Anderson. She is the president of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Dr. Anderson, it's great to see you again.
Great to see you too, Jeff. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. You were telling me about points of pride. Is that a thing, and what are the points of pride?
Oh, excellent point. Excellent question, Jeff. Yes, our points of pride are a new thing that we have here at the campus. We have a marketing tag now saying that our students, we're teaching them to soar, like hawks, because our mascot is a hawk. And so we basically are saying our points of pride show how we're soaring in above and beyond and excelling in many things. So I'll give you a couple of examples. We are so proud of our students, and we kind of post this about quarterly and make sure everyone is aware of it. We have a little brochure we actually put them into and share those with a number of people. So for example, last year, our physical therapy students, when they graduated and they took the national board exam, they literally had a 95% pass rate, and they have been over 95% since 2015. That's a major point of pride. We have our cohort that graduated in our physician assistant program, and this was the first cohort after we had reestablished that program 5 years ago, and they hit over 93% on the national exam. Those are points of pride. But let me tell you one that was a surprise to us that we didn't recognize and we didn't know it was going to happen this year. Our gospel choir got an opportunity to be invited by the New York Knicks basketball team, that's NBA, to actually open with the national anthem and the Black national anthem. And they did this in one of the spring games, and it was televised nationwide. I got a lot of comments from colleagues across the country because I know I'm a big basketball fan. And there it was, our students in their maroon and gray, standing there, bellowing out beautifully with the national anthem. And it was amazing. And so we run that as one of our points of pride as well. And I could go on and on and on because there are faculty points of pride and our staff and other things.
I'll ask you to talk about a couple of programs, but one I'll ask you to start with is the School of Pharmacy, which we've covered before. I think the state of Maryland only has 3 schools of pharmacy. So this is critically important for training healthcare workers. And it's a terrific field where jobs are always plentiful.
It is. Jeff, one of the reasons that the pharmacy program is such an important program is because of the state of the healthcare in our country. But just then think about Maryland in and of itself. Healthcare disparities are at an all-time high. And here in the state of Maryland, in Somerset County, we have some of the of course, we're very low income and some of the poorest people in the state. And so therefore, their healthcare is not always up to par. What happens with our pharmacy program, one of the things we can do, our pharmacy program is a 3-year calendar program, which means students are out working very, very quickly in 3 years. And they can join the workforce, and you have pharmacists in every particular county in the state, multiple pharmacies. And so pharmacists now are trained to be more clinically based, and so they can help out and assist of healthcare in those areas where you have healthcare disparities. But let me not stop at that. I always want to share with our listeners and our viewers is that we don't just have a pharmacy program. We have total 8 health profession programs. So a pharmacy program, our newest physician assistant program, a physical therapy program. We've added now sports management. Believe it or not, that's considered a health profession program. And several others, rehabilitative sciences and counseling. And those students are dispersed once they graduate throughout the state in all of the counties of Maryland to really help take care of the health of the patients in the areas. And you said it very well, and the job market is prime for all of those health professions because they are so needed. And so that's one of our points of pride as well.
What's the overarching strategy behind those areas of focus? And there was one other I know we wanted to touch on, veterinary science.
Oh, yes. One of the things that our team did here was recognize that there's a national shortage of taking care of animals, whether they're farm animals or your pets. I don't know if you have a pet, Jeff. I have 2 cats, and there is a national shortage. More importantly, we were recipients, as you know, of the funding that Governor Hogan had signed into law after Speaker Jones, created that particular bill that got passed for the HBCU. I think it was HB1 and SB1. And those fundings were given to the 4 HBCUs here in the state. The funds were given to us to create new academic programs and bolster our existing programs. So my team made me very proud because they went to work and they started looking to see what's the national shortage, where are some areas of improvement out there that could help, but where, more importantly, what's our niche and what can we do? And the team came back with veterinary science and a veterinary medicine degree here in the state of Maryland. And this degree, we're looking at, we've already gotten the approvals from our campus. We've gotten the approval from the board. We've gotten MHEC approval. All of those approvals have led us now to seek out the accreditation body. And they were just here 3 weeks ago visiting us, one of the many visits that they will make. And once their approval comes through, we'll be able to launch that particular program and put out almost 100 veterinary graduates annually to help the state of Maryland and the surrounding states.
We've listed a bunch of exciting programs that students from around the region may have interest in. I'm curious how you balance. I mean, this is MPT's HBCU week, so
Yes.
how do you balance saluting the school's history as an HBCU while at the same time making clear that all these programs and everything else are open to everybody?
Let me tell you how we do that. And an excellent question, Jeff. The history of our institution is so critical. We're an 1890 HBCU. And what that means for your listeners out there and viewers, there are only 19 of those in the country. So 19 1890 institutions. That means we're a land grant institution that was founded on the principles of helping the citizens in their communities and putting out teachers, engineers, and health professionals, but more importantly, agriculture. And that's our base. And so to honor our history and to honor the legacy of who we are, we not only graduate students in the agricultural fields, but the engineering fields. And then we have morphed into this whole area of making sure we look to see what problems are out there in our community that need to be solved. So things like here in the Chesapeake Bay, the water issues that happen with the fish, with the crabs, our researchers and our faculty who are so talented work on those particular issues. The climate control, the climate situations that are going on. And what really marries the two, the legacy with where we are today, is students come in and they're able to work alongside with our researchers, learning those particular techniques and principles and graduate with those skills to take them back to their environments. And so that's how we blend it all together with the history of who we are, honoring that history, respecting that, and then ensuring that we move forward in today's modern world with what is needed and taking care of those particular issues.
More information on HBCU Week can be found at mpt.org/HBCU.